Jihadist violent extremism is the biggest terror threat we face today, although not the only one. Rather than a structured hierarchy, terror groups like Daesh operate a kind of franchise model. Their weapons of choice are everyday items like cars, trucks, and knives. They prey on the vulnerable and impressionable. Their practices are frankly medieval, and their promises are false. The EU is taking action against these threats, closing down the space in which these terrorists operate. We've clamped down on access to firearms and bomb-making equipment. We've criminalized traveling to fight for Daesh or facilitating such travel or training in terrorism. We're clamping down on terror financing, money laundering, and illicit cash flows. As we see the move towards low-cost, low-tech terrorism, in which terrorists seek to target public spaces and use homemade explosives such as TATP, we're also taking action in those areas. But as we cut down the space for terrorists to act in the Middle East and across Europe, they adapt their behavior. So we need to be able to adapt our response. And to do so, it's essential to understand the problem. What are the factors that inspire people to acts of mass murder or help them carry it out? What are the motivations, methods, and movements of the perpetrators? What laws, policies, or social interventions can help us prevent, confront, or deal with these issues? I welcome any and all attempts to study, categorize, and better understand these issues, which is why this report from George Washington University, the Italian Institute for International Political Studies, and the International Center for Counterterrorism in The Hague is so welcome. It's a thorough analysis of the different terrorist attacks we've witnessed, and I think a valuable insight into the structures or lack of structures that have enabled them to develop. It's also a great help for all those involved in counter-terror work, those dealing with radicalization in communities, those tracing and tackling terrorism threats on the front line, and those working on the laws and policies that can help ensure we cut the terror threat still further. So thank you. Thank you for your continuing work, and I hope it will be widely read.